Hey everybody, AC here, and welcome to the final episode of Anime Season 5. Uh, so, we're at the end. We've gone through my top 24 favorite animes, talked about the runner ups, and the honorable mentions. We've had we've had things from we've had things from Clannad uh, Clannad, Toradora, Okami-san, Bookworm, Captain Tyler, Shield Hero, Kenichi, Fullmetal Alchemist, Dog Days, Interspecies Reviewers, Kokoro Connect, and so many more. We've talked about so many animes here. Anime has been a big part of my life um, for quite a while. Even before I knew what anime was, I was watching anime. Before I even knew what anime was, I was watching Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, the original Naruto, Sailor Moon, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and a little bit of Speed Racer. Before I even knew what anime was, I was watching those. I was watching all of those, and uh, it was it was such an incredible time. I didn't know what they were. I didn't know what anime was. I just knew that they were shows that I loved. And then I got into middle school. Um, it was I was like the second half of fourth grade going into fifth grade. That's when I really started to first start to watch anime. Um, and I only watched a handful of animes. I didn't watch that many, just a handful. It started off with things like Umisho, Cowboy Bebop, um, Shuffle, and Clannad. And then once I got into middle school, it started to evolve, and I started to watch a lot more. And I also started to read manga a lot. I started to read manga so much. It took me ages to figure out the proper way to actually read a manga book because I didn't know anybody who read manga. I didn't know anybody who read manga, and this was before the time. This was before the time when we had like before the internet was easily accessible. Um, so I had no idea exactly how I was supposed to read it. So I remember having a book, a Yu-Gi-Oh manga book, Millennium World Volume 1. I do not have it anymore as the book has long since fallen apart and we had to pitch it, and I still have yet to actually replace that book. Um, but I still have all of my old Yu-Gi-Oh manga books aside from that one. Um, and it was just it like I read through that book front to back, front to back, back to front, every which way I could possibly do it, trying to figure out what was the perfect way to actually read it. And never once did I think to actually read the instructions on the last page. I never once thought to actually read the instructions. I wasn't a smart kid. I will fully admit that I was not a smart kid. But I figured it out. After like 3 or 4 times of reading the book, I finally figured out what the optimal way of reading it was. And from there, just it was so incredible. Reading it that way was just such an incredible experience for me that I had to do more. I had to read more. I had to get more books like this so I could read more like this. It was just so incredible to me. I thought it was amazing. And it was around that time that I started to watch more and more animes. I found mangas that were at my school's library and that were at the public library in my town. and I started to wonder if they had anime releases, and so I would look them up online. Um, I would look them up online, and my um, I had a really crappy laptop back then that was supposed to be used for schoolwork and only for schoolwork, but it had you could access the internet with it. And so at night, when the rest of my family was asleep, I would get on there. I would get on there and I would watch anime to the wee hours of the morning. And then I would go to sleep when I got tired, which was usually around 3 in the morning. Um, and then I would be woken up at 6. So I would only get like 3 hours of sleep every single night. And that continued throughout all of middle school. Throughout all of middle school, and then it only got worse in high school because in high school, like I was at that point, I was like very clearly a night owl. I was wide awake at night and very tired during the day. Um, and so I would just lay there because I would no longer have access to my laptop. Like that thing fell apart midway through the eighth grade, and so I would just lay in my bed um, from like 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. for 6 hours. I would lay in my bed, look up at the ceiling, and just think about stuff. I would just think about stuff. A lot of times I would think about anime. Sometimes sometimes if I got really desperate for something to do, something to make me tired, I would grab a couple manga. I would grab a couple manga books and use the really crappy flashlight on my flip phone that I had back then, in order to try to read. And it was just it was certainly a time. It was certainly a time uh, in my life that I will always remember. When I first started to get into anime and manga, and here I am. Here I am, 29 years old, and I can't imagine a life without anime and manga. I really can't. I can't imagine my life without those forms of entertainment. It has become such a huge part of me and who I am. I cannot imagine my life without it. And I wanted to do this. I wanted to do anime again because I started to look back at some of my older videos and some of the things that I would do, some of the things that I used to do, my terrible theories, um, uh, the animes and the special months that I would do, and the vlogs. Like I look back at those. I look back at those, and a lot of those early videos are very cringy. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my channel. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I was just kind of like doing anything and everything. And I just, I don't know. I feel like I have matured enough at this point that I have more to say. I have a lot more to say now than I did back then, as is evidenced by the fact that a lot of those videos back in season one were like 10 minutes long at most, whereas uh, pretty much every single one of the videos in this, I'm pretty sure, is 10 minutes at least. um, what was the max amount of time I used to spend talking about an anime is now the least amount of time. I feel like I have a lot more to say now. I have deeper opinions about a lot of these things. And yeah, I know that I will continue to grow. I'm going to continue to grow, and I will continue to watch more and more anime that are just fantastic. And yeah, I just can't wait to see what's on the horizon. I'm very excited for it. And speaking of terrible theories, those are coming back because I have like 5 or 6 theories that I have just been keeping locked in my brain forever, and I really want to get them out. I really, really want to talk about these theories. Um, so those are coming back at least for a little while. I will be making those theories. I'm not going to be forcing myself to make theories like I used to. Sometimes I would just a random thought would pop into my head. I'm like, oh, that could be a theory, but uh, yeah, it wound up being nothing. And so some of those videos are like immensely cringy. I do acknowledge that, but I keep them up because it is an important part of my channel history. Um, but yeah, Terrible Theories will be returning for a bit. Not sure when. I can't make any promises as to when that's going to happen, but it will happen. Um, and I'm on the fence about vlogs. I'm on the fence about vlogs. I'm not sure if a part of me wants to try doing that again, but it doesn't want, but I don't want it to interfere with my streams. Um, so I am unsure of exactly of exactly how to proceed there. Um, I can definitely tell you that if I do bring vlogs back, I will be redoing my Danny Phantom vlogs. I will be redoing those, but that's not going to be anytime soon. I am saving my Danny Phantom vlogs um, revival uh, for basically the 10-year anniversary of this channel in 2024. In 2024, I will be doing that again. Because I have not gone back to the series of Danny Phantom since doing those vlogs. So it's been 8 years so far since I've gone back to that series. So I am very curious what's going to happen. I am very curious what is going to happen after 10 years of not watching the series. After 10 years of not watching the series, does it still hold up? Um, and yeah, but I'm unsure of what my next vlog series is going to be. I have a couple. I have a couple um, DVD sets that I could make vlog series on. Um, Jimmy Neutron, Teen Titans, and the first 100 episodes of SpongeBob, as I personally view those episodes as the good ones, as the first 100 episodes is the first 5 seasons. Seasons 1 through 4 were all really good seasons. Season 5 straddled the line between good and bad. It had some bad episodes and some good episodes. And then season 6 through 9 all had just god awful seasons. Those were all god awful seasons. Um, but yeah, I am going to be. I'm on the fence as to which one I should do. SpongeBob, Jimmy Neutron, Teen Titans, or Samurai Jack. As I have that as well. So those are the ones that I'm kind of on the fence about. I'm not sure what I should do, but I do know that I am considering bringing those vlogs back. That is something that I have been feeling pretty nostalgic for. So I might end up doing that at some point. But yeah, so this video is acting as kind of an outro to the month while also being a little bit of a uh, a little bit of a preview as to some of the things that I either have coming down the pipeline or I'm considering doing. Um, but yeah, um, the last one or two videos of Stanley Parable will be coming up tomorrow. I'll be doing that tomorrow, and I'll be ending off that whole playthrough. Um, but that's gonna be it. That's pretty much it for me. So I want to thank each and every one of you um, who have watched these videos and who have followed me throughout the years. This has honestly been such an incredible journey, and I look forward to continuing it with all of you. So, thank you so much. It means a lot. And until the next video, I'm Animon Glendora, and I'll see you then. Take care, everybody.